Okay, guys, what's going on? Quick, very important video. King here, live from the Doobie Den. So, for all you growers that are growing at home, uh, looking to catch up on tips, looking to be educated about plant cultivation without spending $1 million, tune into all my videos. What we have here is a nifty little TDS meter. And what TDS stands for is total dissolved solids. And what this is going to read is your ppms, which are parts per million. Now, in layman's terms, this little meter comes in a nice little case, so you can kind of pocket it like a nerd or put it on your waist like a true technician. Comes in a case, but this little meter pretty much reads how much salt, how much mineral content, and how many nutrients are in your soil and what your plant is getting. Now, for the vegetation phase that my plant is in, it should be anywhere, this meter should read anywhere from around, I'll say 6 to 800. So what I did, just to show you guys that gardening is a constant challenge, I extracted the water from my runoff pot so that I could use this meter and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Betty Crocker. So you turn on your TDS meter. Like I said, it should be reading anywhere from 6 to 800. But I have no idea what the salt and mineral content is of this soil because it was transplanted from another pot that had soil that had nutrients in it. And I had given it a couple of shots of CalMag, also some fish fertilizer, as we discussed in the other video. But let's see what my water reads. Let's see what we got here. Wow. And it's still going. And I can press this hold button right here and it'll reserve this number for me in case I need to use it as a reference. But this is pretty much saying 172 times 10. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says times 10. Now, what my water coming out of my plant should be reading is about 6 to 800. So this is well about 10 times the amount of what it should actually be. Just to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, times 10. So this is pretty much reading twice the amount of what it should. Luckily, cannabis plants are very resilient and mine have yet to malfunction. But this is a situation where if I don't correct this, then my plants will start showing signs of stunted growth, just being sad, sometimes maybe a little droopy, and then it'll reach a nutrient lockout to where it won't uptake any more nutrients. So how do you fix this? Your meter should be reading 6 to 800 and it's reading 1600. Way above the line, which means your plant is just pretty much just overfed. It's sitting in front of a buffet of steaks every day. But this is why it takes consistent garden management from Canna Management, so that we can come into your home and evaluate your garden. Now, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to take this plant from twice the amount of salt and mineral content that it has to cutting it down by half? Or getting it at a reasonable number where the plant could just function properly, because I want to provide the best environment. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it when after they get a good night's rest, because they have been defoliated. So they're a little sad right now. I did just water in order to trap this and make this example of what this TDS meter is good for and how to fix these cannabis conundrums that enter your garden. First thing in the morning, I'm going to take this lady and put her probably over a basin, and I'm going to run probably 5 gallons of just pure pH balanced water through it to kind of flush all of the salt and minerals out of the soil and give it a fresh reset. I might add some fish fertilizer, but I'm thinking I should maybe wait a couple of days, probably a week, to give her a chance to get reset, because she's been under a lot of stress. She's being low stress trained to grow wide instead of tall naturally. It's just been defoliated, which is another form of stress. So I think I'm going to just hold off on the nutrients for now and get these parts per million down to a reasonable number so that my plant won't malfunction. And again, this is an experimental plant. Of course, I plan to harvest and smoke. But I'm pushing this plant to a bunch of different extremes to see what all it could handle. And I want to destroy a lot of myths that Google, as well as other growers, are putting out there about what a cannabis plant can and cannot do, because she's resilient. So in essence, if you're in the home cultivation, get you a TDS meter, test your water in a Betty Crocker container, and see what all your plant is eating. You see the color of this water? It's kind of an indication for me that there's some pretty good salt buildup in here. And you don't want your plant getting a lot of salt. Nutrients are salt. Mostly everything you put into there is going to be salt, especially the nitrogen-based fertilizers. Happy growing, guys.